Thank you so much for being with us. First of all, what is your reaction to this new ruling that blocks these raids and arrests, but only in this handful of churches and places of worship that are included in the lawsuit?
Well, thank you for the chance to be with you, Nichole. We believe that this injunction from the judge in Maryland is a very important first step in restoring the religious liberty of our congregations to practice their faith as they feel called to do. For us, the opportunity to share Christian community with people from all over the world, to follow Jesus' call to welcome strangers, it really comes to the heart of the gospel as we understand it. And so we long for the day when all houses of worship in the United States, regardless of their denominational tradition, regardless of their participation in this kind of legal action, will have the same freedom that this injunction restores for congregations in our denominational community and in the other traditions that are involved in this lawsuit. So we see it as an encouraging first step.
Reverend Baxley, are you at all surprised at the circumstances that led to a lawsuit like this even being filed?
Absolutely. I mean, if we had been talking 2 or 3 months ago, I would have never imagined that we would be in a conversation like this today. The Department of Homeland Security suddenly and abruptly changed their procedures that for decades have viewed houses of worship as so-called sensitive locations when it comes to immigration law enforcement. And so the shift in policy took us by surprise. It took our congregational leaders by surprise. It took leaders of other denominations by surprise. And we found ourselves having to consider all kinds of new ways of supporting congregations and taking steps to make possible the kind of ministry we feel called to do. And so filing this lawsuit, joining this lawsuit, we see it as an opportunity for a transformative witness to the kind of faith we believe we're called to practice. So absolutely we're surprised, but we feel like as a matter of faith, we had no choice.
And we know that, particularly when President Trump, before he took office, there was a lot of talk, there was a lot of fear. Talk a little bit, Reverend Baxley, about the impact of the president's directive when it comes to actual attendance at churches, at places of worship, when it comes to migrants.
So at least when it comes to our congregation, we saw several almost immediate impacts in the weeks since the policy was changed. So first of all, congregations that offer ministries like ESL classes, that is English as second language, report declining participation in those programs, in one case by 30%. I've had several pastors tell me a very different kind of story, which is like within the last month or two, they baptized new converts to Christianity who come from other parts of the world, only to receive really disturbing phone calls from those new church members saying, we no longer feel safe to come. We don't believe we can be safe in church anymore. Beyond that, a number of our congregations offer ministries like feeding ministries, clothing ministries, ministries for persons experiencing homelessness of various kinds. And we are seeing fear in those ministries as well that is leading to declining participation. And then beyond all that, a growing number of our congregations are more racially and ethnically diverse. And there are members of immigrant communities who are members of our congregations, and they don't feel safe to come to church. And so that diminishes our sense of Christian community, the people who feel called to be in relationship with us, who want to follow Jesus with us, do not believe they can do so because of an abrupt shift in policy. So really, we have this deeply sensed calling that Jesus told us to welcome strangers.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.